Once upon a time, there were two brothers who lived with their elderly father in a house on a mountainside near the banks of a flowing river. Even as young children, the two boys were as different as day and night. Juan, the older brother, liked to pull wings of butterflies and trample the vegetables in the neighbor's garden. He always ate up everything in the table before everyone else could, and looked down on the poor and hungry.
Oh, these miserable human beings, always looking sad and just begging for food.
Jose, the younger brother, was a kind boy who had much respect for their father. He cared for even the smallest insects, and made sure that the caterpillars and beetles in their garden were unharmed as he passed by. If he saw a hungry child by the roadside, he would run to the kitchen to give some bread or fruit to share.
"Come here, little boy. You must be hungry. Here, have some bread and water."
As the boys grew older, they married the wives chosen by their father. Both Juan and Jose had children of their own, and they all lived together with their elderly father under the same roof. While Jose and his wife worked hard and did all the chores at home and in the farm, Juan sat idly doing nothing. He was waiting impatiently till the day when the house and everything in it would belong to him and him alone. Later on, the elderly father eventually died. The brothers mourned for 7 days and 7 nights, and then they buried their father at the foot of the mountain. As soon as the funeral was over, Juan banished his younger brother from the family home.
Hey, Jose! This house is too small for all of us. As you know, Father left this house and everything to me, for I am the oldest. I'm tired of having you and your family around, eating up all the food and making a mess out of the house. Leave and don't ever come back.
"As you wish, my brother."
Jose and his wife and their 3 young children left immediately, making their way down the mountain with nothing but a few belongings on their backs. They walked for miles up and down the hillsides in search for a place to build their now. As the sun began to set, they came across a small abandoned hut on the other side of the mountain.
Let us wait here, dear. Maybe the people who live here will return and let us stay for the night.
The moon and the cold wind began to blow, but still, no one came. Seeing that the house was empty, Jose and his wife decided to stay there with the children, making a living out of what could be grown in the dry, dusty soil of the garden.
One day, as Jose was walking back home from the forest, he saw a baby swallow lying on the ground. One of its wings was broken. Jose took the bird home and wrapped its broken wings carefully in a soft cotton. His wife and children fed it with the small grains and flower seeds until its broken wings was healed. Soon after, the swallow flew away.
Months passed, and then droughts struck the land. Jose and his family could barely make a living because nothing would grow out of the dry, arid land. One day, as Jose was rocking the garden, he heard a familiar chirping sound. It was the swallow that he rescued, flying overhead. The swallow swooped down and dropped 3 small seeds into Jose's hand.
Thank you and goodbye."
Jose planted the seeds. He and his wife and children watered them carefully, protecting them from weeds and insects. Soon enough, the seed took root, grew leaves, and blossomed. One day, 3 small pumpkins, bright and yellow, appeared on the vines.
Jose waited for the right time to harvest the pumpkins. When he saw that they were ripe and ready, Jose, his wife, and their children went to the garden to harvest them, but before he could touch them, the pumpkins opened up all by itself, revealing its insides, not flesh and seeds, but riches beyond one's imagination.
The first pumpkin contained yards of shimmering silk and handfuls of shining golden coins. Jose and his family were in awe.
Dear, what is this? Silk and gold and lots of them.
The second pumpkin opened, and out came sacks of rice, enough to feed the family for many months, and survive times of drought. Finally, the third pumpkin opened, and out came a house, lavish and adorned, complete with servants to care for the family's every need. And so, Jose's family began a new life.
Word of their good fortune spread across the land until it reached one who became very jealous.
Where did my brother get his wealth and fortune? I need to see this for myself.
When he arrived at his brother's new home, one confronted his younger brother.
Where did you get this wealth? Did you steal this? Must you do this and bring shame to the family?
Jose, who respected his father a lot, answered his brother with dignity and respect.
I did not steal this, brother. I will not do anything to tarnish our father's name.
He told Juan about the story of the baby swallow and his broken wing, how he rescued it, and how the swallow repaid him with the gift of magic seeds.
Juan did not say anything to his brother. Instead, he left the house angrily and made his way to the forest.
Why shouldn't I be the one to get rich? I can fix a stupid bird wing too!
Juan searched through the forest, but had no luck in finding any injured baby birds on the ground. When he got home, he looked up and saw a swallow's nest on one of the trees in their garden. Juan suddenly had an idea. He climbed up the tree, took one of the baby birds inside the nest, and made it fall to the ground. He climbed down the tree, checked on the bird, and was pleased to see that one of its wings had broken from the fall. He picked the bird up and brought it inside, where he wrapped it carelessly with a dirty rag, fed it with a few drops of water, and left it on a pile of straw. Despite the poor care given by Juan, the swallow managed to heal, and one day it flew away like the other swallows had. Months passed, and Juan was getting impatient.
When is that stupid bird coming back? All that care that I had given it for nothing! Stupid bird!
Finally, one sunny morning, Juan heard a chirping sound. It was the swallow. It swooped down, pranced in the garden, until finally dropping 3 white seeds into Juan's greedy, outstretched palm. The bird immediately flew away, chirping happily as it went along.
Juan took the seeds and threw them onto the ground. He didn't water them, nor did he care for them the way Jose did. Yet somehow, the seeds managed to grow until it bore fruit to 3 bright and yellow pumpkins. Before they could even ripen, Juan rushed out to open the pumpkins.
At last, the riches will be mine!
Juan was getting ready to slice the pumpkins, but before he could slice them, the pumpkins opened by themselves. However, the first pumpkin did not have gold or silk inside. Instead, piles of mud and manure came out. Juan was disgusted.
The second pumpkin opened, and to his horror, it contained not rice or food, but snakes, scorpions, and spiders, hissing and crawling all over the garden.
Juan was shocked, and so were his wife and children. Before they could run back inside their house, the third pumpkin opened, and out came an army of evil spirits and demons. as one watched in terror. They flew into the house, smashing and throwing things until every single thing was destroyed. The demons then disappeared, their laughter fading into the winds. Juan, who was proud and greedy, is now helpless. His family had nowhere to live and nothing to eat, and the only thing they had were the clothes on their backs.